Cool. So, welcome to the third and final call. Most of you were here for at least one of the other two. Some of you weren't. So, I'll tell you a bit about what we're going to do today. We're going to explore our pleasure and our sensuality. So, for many of us, we might still be carrying some conditioning that it's something to be done behind closed doors, or it's something to be done only with another person, or something what would the word be, like wrong or shameful. So we're going to just explore being with ourselves, our bodies, our womb spaces, our hearts, and connecting gently with this sexual life force within us that, when we connect with it, often opens up new, deeper gateways of creativity and flow with life, and allows us to connect in with our true essence of how it wants to be expressed in this moment. So sometimes our sexuality can look like doing a painting or dancing or holding a hand over our heart. Sometimes, obviously, it can be more orgasmic and mind blowing. So today we're going to be exploring more of the sensual side of it. So I think we'll start off with like we did last time, a quick meditation and then some shares. So if you guys want to close down your eyes or relax yourself, we're just gonna intend to come into some deeper presence with the here and now. So just noticing what you're thinking about and seeing if you can let those thoughts quieten down or float away for a short while we connect with the sensations inside our body. So noticing how you're breathing. You might want to deepen that breath. Noticing where you could relax your body a bit more, maybe where you're holding tension. And feeling the weight of your body on whatever it is that you're on. The bed, the ground. I'm just going to let one more person in. Hey, Charlotte. So we're just doing a meditation, so you can just hop right in if that's okay for you. So again, taking some breaths, noticing your body. And beginning to place one or two of your hands somewhere on your body that feels good for you right now. And noticing how it feels as you place your hand there. As you hold yourself, touch yourself. Noticing again where the mind may have wandered and seeing if you can come back to your body, the beautiful body. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths, and on the out breath, I encourage you to make a noise. So it can be a sigh or a hum or a huff, whatever feels like could do with being expressed through your body right now. So in your own time, taking those 3 breaths. And then bringing some movement into the body, maybe stretching or turning, twiddling. Slowly opening your eyes and acquainting yourself with the room that you're in. Feeling inside as you're looking outside. And then coming back to the screen when you're ready. And acquainting yourself with the others on the screen. Seeing if you can feel their energy beyond what the 2D thing that you see is. Noticing what you feel as you look at the others. So to go into some opening shares, I'd love again just to hear a little bit about what's happening inside your body right now, any sensations that you can feel, and then to share what your relationship with sexuality and sensuality is at this moment in your life. And if anything comes to mind, maybe something you would like to see change, or you can just say what it is right now. Is that clear for everyone? Great. So whoever wants to go first, you can just unmute yourselves and then we'll get the ball rolling.
Okay, I might as well go first. Right now I feel joy actually, like in the pit of my stomach. I was connecting with everybody on the screen and looking at everybody's faces. I just saw smiles and just happiness, and I just felt that in my heart myself. So it's brought me a lot of joy today. My relationship with my sexuality and sensuality, I think I've only just come into it probably in the last year, I would say, and actually exploring and realizing how beautiful my sexuality is. It's nothing to be ashamed of, especially as a woman. You're judged sometimes. You're looked at and you're like, well, she's too sexy, or she's too confident, or she's. But why we always preach about self-love, but as soon as a woman does love herself and outwardly shows that, it's a problem. So and I think that's also me, as I'm coming out into my sexuality and owning it. I think what I need to change is, or I'd like to not care about the judgment of other people, especially people who know you and they realize that you're changing and you're becoming this woman. They find it hard to deal with that. So yeah, I think it's just not caring and just owning it. Yeah. I pass it to Georgia.
Hey, yeah, I totally resonate with all of that. Yeah, how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling quite chilled. Yeah, I had quite an intense emotional release earlier. So I'm just feeling grateful for myself, for turning up and just being gentle with myself. And my relationship with my sensuality, it's always been really special to me. And I've always wanted to express it. And when I think about the type of art that I really appreciate and that excites me, is when I see other women in their sexuality being really liberated and free and having fun and being playful. So this is where I'm going. I know where spirit is taking me, and yeah, I'm just ready to do the work and, you know, be gentle with myself along the journey to getting to that place. Yeah. I will pass it to H Tuggle.
That's me. Thanks. Hey everyone. Georgie, so good to see you. Sorry I missed the last couple of days. It's been a really crazy week. As far as how I feel right now, I'm also really proud of myself for showing up. My body is feeling all kinds of weird. I have quit my job and just ended a very intense relationship, so I'm going through some big transformations. But immediately seeing all of you here, I feel so safe, and I'm so happy to be surrounded by so much feminine energy. I can feel all of you, and it feels really like I'm like coming home to the feminine. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So as far as my own sexuality, I've been very, very adventurous these past few years, and very much in a place of just opening and opening and opening. And more recently, I actually feel myself moving more inward into myself, and more into this like soft and gentle and nurturing slowness and sensitivity. And I resonate also a lot with what you said. A phone. Yeah, I resonate with what you said about not having shame with this openness, and learning to just be like fully confident in yourself. But then I've also been learning about setting boundaries with that, being able to hold my own, but then also like balance the outside world in a way, and yeah, so that's where I am. And it's because I'm a little bit like unsteady right now. At any point I may just like lie down and chill, but know that I'm still very present with you. So anyway, happy to be here. I will pass it on to Claire.
Hi. So how I'm feeling right now is I can feel like a tingle again, and this has happened in all 3 sessions where it's like an aliveness, and I think because there's a space of safety, and Georgie, you hold space incredibly, so it's almost like gives you permission to unfold more. So I think that's the feeling that I'm feeling, and it's so wonderful to feel that safety. And it is the same as you said, like coming home, which is a beautiful feeling to have, considering we've never met each other before. But I feel like we are so connected and already know each other. It's beautiful. Regarding my sexuality and sensuality, I feel like I'd always been aware of it from being about 7 years old. And I feel like the journey so far has been an absolute exploration of that, because I suppose I wasn't gifted aware parents that could almost navigate that. So I had quite liberal parents. So sensuality and sexuality was quite open. But again, I think it's the exploration with healthy boundaries, with honoring that feminine and honoring your sensual and sexuality, because I've always been quite sensual, and how I even do my food, it's almost like I feel like it's an ever expression of that sensuality. How I sort of touch myself, and then somebody will say, gosh, you touch yourself a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, I do. And it's then that I become more self-conscious of it. So again, I feel like I'm drawing bits off what everybody said so far, in the fact that boundaries of giving yourself permission, not giving a shit what anybody says, and just owning your sensuality and sexuality. And I think as a mother as well, with a daughter, for me, this is super important. So I'm going to be almost, through my expression, giving her permission for it not to be seen as something that's wrong or you know, that it's coming from a beautiful, balanced, positive energy to gift that forward to her. But again, you're sort of navigating through the whole remit of that, of what's okay, what's not okay for you, and owning that as well, so you're not taken advantage of. So I feel like, yeah, it's been a real journey of almost, I feel like I've explored every facet of it, and now I'm getting to a place of almost owning it. So it's really beautiful to be in a safe space to just talk about it more and, yeah, navigate through it. Okay, I'm gonna pass to is it Nisa? Nisi?
I think I'm unmuted. I'm doing this from my phone today, and I've never done this from my phone. Can you hear me? Cool. It's Nesh, but my phone, I don't know how to change my name. I've resonated with what every single person has said, actually, especially what the last part that Claire said, being a mother to daughters. I've got 2 little girls, and I grew up in a household where my mum and dad were very flirtatious and touchy-feely with each other, but then at the same time, my mum came from a really conservative background where it was kind of like sex was very shameful. So I never really heard those words uttered from my mum's mouth, but then I grew up a lot surrounded by my grandparents who, especially my mum's mum and dad, it was as if I think they only ever had sex just to have their 2 children. That's what we all laugh about. So for me, I feel like I'm trying to unlearn those kind of thoughts and processes that we all kind of get put into our heads when we're children, and try and sort of, all the things I'm learning now are things that I'm hoping to pass on to my children, and try and sort of break those really toxic chains of like, sex is really shameful and being sexual as a woman is really shameful, and just trying to kind of, yeah, own my femininity. It's my body, I'm proud of it, and it's made 2 children, and I still feel sexy. And I feel like the last year or so I've really kind of come into myself and feel a lot more free in my expression, and I just kind of want to get out there and show myself off and do whatever without any shame, and I'm quite excited about it. So I feel like this is kind of like a step in the right direction, and I feel really kind of, everyone's smile is really radiating, and I feel really safe in this space. So thank you, everyone. Who hasn't spoken? I'm going to pass on to Ed.
Hi. So how I'm feeling? Feel like I can't quite feel the boundaries of my body, like my head. Yeah, and I feel quite floaty. I just had a gong bath, actually, a very short one from my dad, which was really nice prior to this. So this is probably why. Yeah, and I've also got pain in my womb, which I'm really welcoming. For once, I'm really pleased. Yeah. So in terms of my sexuality, again, really resonated, I think, with what everyone said. Yeah, and in the last few years, I've been really exploring different sides of my sexuality, and lots of new different experiences. Yeah, and courses and different relationship types and things like this. And also really working with the belief I've never had, like, to undo something that was quite interesting for me to realize a couple of years ago, which was that even though I've always been quite confident, had a really great body image, I had this really deep rooted kind of belief that I wasn't a sexy person, and I hadn't realized that. So I've been trying to like work with that. Yeah, unpicking that a little bit more. But right now, I'm feeling quite like very closed off, and quite confused about what I want or feel. Just thinking I don't want to overshare too much. but I had a relationship breakup, kind of like the beginning of this year, and then some really deep trauma, like around my womb space, to deal with, and that's been really difficult. So I'm still really coming out of that. Yeah. So, but that's been quite interesting because with people that I like, yeah, with partners, I suppose, or people that I have intimacy with, I've been asking for things in different ways, and it's brought about a kind of new sharing within my sexuality that I have never had to explore before. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. So I will pass to, is it just Charlotte left, I think? Yeah.
Hi guys, thank you so much for sharing all your experiences. At the moment, I felt a lot of things whilst you guys were sharing. I felt joy as well, lightness. I felt vibrations, if that makes sense. And I'm really enjoying, well, feeling these feelings and connecting with self. The relationship with my sexuality. Because, well, this is, I'm giving it a reason to it, but I feel like I'm very much a doer, very masculine energy. When I was younger, I lived very quickly, and not providing much space to myself to feel and to create my boundaries and stuff like that. But I am slowing down in a few last years, and listening more and slowing down and connecting with my feminine bits. But I feel like exploring my sexuality is quite still in early stages, and yeah, quite young, quite, well, not new to me, but I feel like, how shall I put it? I explored just a grain of sand in the desert, if that makes sense. So I'm happy to be in this space, to explore in a different way, and grow and, yeah, connect and, yeah, share. Thank you so much for holding this space and listening and your vibes. Apologies, I was late again. Thank you. Back to, I think I was the last one, so back to Georgie.
Ah, nice. Thank you guys so much for your shares. It's lovely to see all the threads of things appearing between all of your shares. So a bit about my experience. I remember a few years ago, I saw this video of a horse with the hair blowing in the wind, and I got so aroused and so wet, and I was like, oh wow, this sexual energy isn't just about sex. Like life can turn us on. And then I went on to study somatic sexology and spent hours and hours being seen in our sexual expression, which would sometimes be emotional or angry or anything in the whole spectrum of what it is to be human. And the more that I came into wholeness with my feelings, which included sexuality and wasn't separate from anything else, the more I guess authentically I was able to express myself, because I've been through waves of wanting to explore everything with anyone, and then like celibacy, and then really extroverted again, and now at the moment it's quite honed in between myself and my partner, and yeah, connecting with myself really changed so much for me, because before it was like I'm trying to impress the other people, I'm trying to get the man or the money or the whatever it might be. And the more we can go into our bodies and feel pleasure within ourselves, the more we realize, wow, this is actually something I self-source. I don't need anything out there to feel good or to feel turned on. It all comes from inside of me. So when we explore these practices in a group, I've always found that I can drop deeper within my body, because we're all holding the space for one another. We're all it's like our heart womb resonance gets bigger and bigger, and we create this web. Especially right now, we're actually around some different parts of Europe, I think. So today we're gonna do a bit of a longer practice than the other days, and it's going to be a short like heart womb meditation to connect the heart and the womb space, whether you have a womb or not. And yeah, feel the symbiosis between these two huge energy centers. Because the more I've actually explored my sexual energy, the more it's actually opened my heart and opened it to feel all of the things so much more, which sometimes is so hard, but it is still so beautiful. And it's allowed me to feel so much more than I ever could. So we'll go into that, and then we'll do a bit of like a kind of sensual expression. I've got some music to go on. If you feel like you want to take your top off or your clothes off, you're welcome. You obviously don't have to. You can put the camera up if that makes you feel more comfortable, whatever you want to do. But sometimes, you know, if we're holding our breasts, it can be nicer, skin to skin. But yeah, again, tuning into your body, whatever feels good and comfortable for you. And then there'll be a little bit of time at the end just to dance. You can even stay sitting, but you might feel like with all the energy that's come up, you might want to shake or move around the room. So if you have space for that, then that's welcome. And then we'll come back and not reconnect, but I guess reconnect verbally again. How does that sound for everyone? Does that make sense? Is there any questions? Does anybody feel like they want to say anything before we begin?
No.
Okay, wonderful. So you're all going to be muted. Remember, so what I think, Charlotte, you said before, you find the sound the hardest, which is very common. That's usually the hardest thing to express. But as you're muted, I encourage you to make sounds, to play with your breath, to use movement and touch. And yeah, just focusing on, like, as if you were caressing a lover, but you are your own best lover, and just doing what feels good, whether that's stroking your face or the toes or any random parts of your body. So I'll play some music throughout, and when I start it, if you just let me know that you can still hear me over the music. And then I'll give you some suggestions throughout, but of course, like always, you're in control of what you do. If I tell you to put your hand on your heart and you feel like putting it on your head, then obviously do so. So allowing the journey to take you where it wants to go. Great. So is everybody ready to go within?
Mhm.
Cool. I'm just gonna, I think Nesh, you're muted. Okay. So let me get this playlist. And also worth mentioning, sometimes emotions might come up, sometimes you might feel not pleasurable at all. Everything is welcome. Seeing whether we can release expectations of it having to look a certain way. We never quite know what the body will present to us. So if I talk, can you guys hear me over the music? So taking some deep breaths, making some noises, just getting your voice boxes vibrating, feeling those ripples of sound move through your chest, your throat, your whole body. And if you like, placing one hand over your heart, your chest, and one hand over your womb, your genitals, your belly, whatever feels good. And there are pulses in both of these areas, obviously the heartbeat, but also your sex center beat. Seeing if you can feel those. It's all an exploration, so it doesn't matter if you can't. Seeing if you can allow the thoughts in your head to slow down, quiet down, so that your primary focus is what you can feel. And seeing if you can feel the connection between these two centers, or sense in some way. Noticing where your breath is. And I invite you to bring some movement into your body. As if you're letting the sensations inside of you move you. It's not the mind thinking, I should move this way. It's letting the energy flow through you. And you're beginning to move your hands around different parts of your body, caressing yourself. Oh, it feels good. Remembering the use of sounds.
I've got no place to be, nothing to call my own, no sense of urgency, reminiscence in my tone. I've been played a fool, and a good thief will hide what they do. I've been careless, but I just don't mind, I just don't mind what they do. I called you, staring back at me.
Imagine you can turn up the dial and play deeper in the deep side, letting everything that's not here and now just there for the moment.
what it seems.
tickle,
She's living
grab,
on that
playing with the
man.
tips of
Poison in her veins. She is driven by desire and so much question. Why will you delight? I just don't mind, I just don't mind. But they do, 'cause I caught you staring back at me. You said it was a trick of the light. I caught you staring back at me. You said it was a trick of the light. I caught you staring back at me. You said it was a trick of the light. I caught you staring back at me.
calling yourself into deeper presence. good to be touched by that. Letting the sound out. Being present with any uncomfortable sensations within your eyes. And then for the next 6 minutes, you can stay where you are, or you can move around the room a bit more if you feel like dancing, standing up. Feeling what aliveness you can feel, or maybe numbness, knowing that all of it is welcome. We are exploring ourselves. Feeling good for our own pleasure. No one else, just us. Seeing if you can move any parts that you haven't moved yet, or touching them, breathing into them. Might like to shake, if it's going to do anybody.
ko daan wax talibé tim xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax maanaam talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man
Last couple minutes to let everybody else out. That
xale bu
was
xàmmeegul
time.
day defe di bàyyi ba fi man te wax na dëgg xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man say mada di jaar ci moom xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax maanaam talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man nii la ko daan wax talibé tim bu xàmmeegul li muy jàpp mooy sëriñam fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man xale bu xàmmeegul day defe di bàyyi ba fi man
Taking some deep breaths. Just going to, got a few 5 minutes to shake more if you want to shake. Around, hold yourself to just breathe, trusting your body, telling you what it most needs right now. breathing in for the last 30 seconds. And giving space for any wisdom to arise from the body to your mind. Just taking some space here, keeping your eyes closed if you want. Just a bit of inner reflection. And then when you feel ready, doing what you need to do to come back to the screen. Maybe taking a sip of some water if you have some. So, wow, wonderful. So you guys all look like you're kind of wee, which is wonderful. Nice and relaxed, I feel. So yeah, is everyone okay if we go maybe 10 minutes over? Sorry, I haven't quite mastered fitting these calls into the hour. So yeah, we'll do some shares. Obviously it's optional, but whoever would like to share, please just go ahead and unmute yourself. And you're also welcome to do shares with just noises if that feels easier right now.
Hey everyone. That was so deep for me. Yeah, I really just released a lot of tears about this sexual abuse that happened in the last, like 2 years ago. But that was so powerful. Yeah. Yeah, I realized that's why I'm not in a relationship right now, because I feel like it would be so deep, and I feel like learning to be with my own sexuality and just feel really grounded and safe and comfortable in that. That's really important for me right now. It's not about someone else. And yeah, it's a vulnerable time where I'm just being asked to pour all the love into myself, and yeah, just love on myself, and you know, it's just teaching me how powerful sexual energy is. It's not just about one thing. Like it can open up all different areas of your life for healing, you know. Yeah, really powerful life force energy. I feel like it knows where the healing is needed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I feel so much powerful energy running through me right now. Like I feel on such a high. I feel so many emotions at the moment. I feel like just I don't know, I just feel I feel sad, but I feel happy at the same time. And it's like it's realizing that I am enough. And I think, do you know when people see it but they try to repress it? And I've recently got out of a relationship that I was in for 13 years, and just being on my own now and realizing that was it. It was because they could see it, but I probably couldn't. And I can't put it into words. It's just owning who I am now and knowing that it's safe. It's safe. It is. Thank you. Thank you, Georgie.
I don't even know what I'm going to say. I feel inspired by everyone. I feel like it's a privilege to be here with everyone, sharing such intimate things with us. I feel like I've known you ladies for way longer than 3 days. I feel really comfortable in your presence, and I feel really inspired by your openness and your stories. Yesterday, I was feeling really uncomfortable, and I was really I was trying to convince myself that I didn't need to come on today's call, but something said inside me that I needed to come on. I'm really glad I did, because I feel really uplifted. Yeah, I just feel very positive, and I'm really thankful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Georgie.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I found, well, so inspiring, and I'm really enjoying the space and the openness and the vulnerability. I did notice I really struggled to let go and be vulnerable, and I experienced an emotional release as well. But like a phone shared as well, it was sadness but happiness at the same time. And yeah, it was just nice to release and just to be, and yeah, feel carried by self and surrounded by you guys. Thank you. And thank you, Georgie, too.
Hi, guys. I realised I need to dance more. I need to dance so much more because it's so freaking liberating. And I was conscious because blinds were open, and to the point where I thought, oh, fuck it. I don't give a shit if my neighbours see me over there or the delivery man drives up there. But I thought, no, actually, I'm not that far into that yet. But so I closed my blinds, and just to know that you girls were there, but also I was sort of dancing on my own. And then throughout all the different music, like the first bit made me cry. It brought a lot up. And then it was so sensual and sexy with that almost sort of Arabic, Middle Eastern feel was so beautiful. And then almost the dancing thing. And it made me think about like the days where I used to go clubbing, and I feel like it was almost going back to the innocence and the purity, and actually with that, witnessing that, it was almost going, oh my God, in those days where you didn't really know yourself or you weren't aware, it was like that, but without all the horrible stuff. So it was almost like returning to innocence. That's how it felt for me, of expressing myself, but it was almost, there was like a beautiful ball of energy that I was navigating back towards. And it was almost like there was so much that was coming up for me in different stages of my life, of even the current relationship that I'm in now, having an absolute honoring for that you can actually be intimate with somebody but feel fully free within yourself. And also I've never been held in that space before with somebody, so it was almost going, oh my God, can this actually be this real, that you can also be with somebody but also feel completely free and also be intimate. So it was really, and then there was almost like my other relationships that were coming up as well. It was a lot that was almost like shifting, moving within the sound and with me expressing my body. And it felt so energizing and liberating. It was almost like the space that we were in could hold it all. So it was all okay for it to all come up, but not get lost in it or get stuck in it. It was like just being aware of it, but also being in this heightened state of awareness. It was absolutely beautiful. So thank you, all of you. It was an absolute privilege to be in this space. Thank you.
Wow. I resonate so much with what everyone said, and I just feel so much gratitude right now to be here with you all. I was feeling so tired and stuck arriving today, and I thought I wasn't even gonna move that much, and then I was like really moving so much, and I felt this like so empowered. Made me realize how much I felt like I've had a really shit week, to be honest. Like really, just a shit week, and I really realized so much. I was reminded of this goddess that inhabits my inner pleasure space when I'm activating my sense of just pleasure. And this can be with food, it can be with laughter, it can be just touching my body, and it doesn't have to be overtly sexual. It's just pleasure and dancing. And then I felt like I turned into a goddess again. And now I feel so exhausted, and it feels like the best. I feel like a baby now. I just want to go put myself in the bath and then go to bed. And super nurtured. And yeah, so thank you all so much for that. And thank you, Georgie, for your guidance. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the reminder that as a woman, this is what I am. And it's really beautiful. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ed, how are you feeling? You want to talk, or you?
Thanks. Yeah, I was just wondering whether I did. But I suppose I can just kind of sit here. Yeah, it's really beautiful listening to you all. But I feel so much pain in my body. Yeah. I think that's all I have to share, actually. Yeah, I had a lot of tears, a lot of emotion. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing this space with me and allowing me to feel that.
Thank you, Ed. So thank you guys all so much for your shares. Yeah, it always brings me to a place of awe when we come together and do these things. And one thing I feel like has come to the surface for me to kind of leave you with is that when we do these practices, sometimes they will bring up pain, uncomfortabilities, unpleasant things that maybe we don't want to look at, as well as all the pleasure and the bliss and the things. So I encourage you to, where possible, remain curious, like, oh, isn't that interesting that that time I felt this and right now I feel this, and as if you're like a researcher finding out what it is to be human with all of its confusing and complex and simple emotions. So yeah, seeing how much we can enjoy the ride through the ups and downs and roundabouts. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your participation, for you just like showing up so beautifully and openly and honestly. I appreciate it so much, and I'm so grateful for what we created over the past few nights and tonight. It's been beautiful and really an honor to host this. So yeah, so I'll send you some more information if you want to go down, and also if you feel like this has brought up some stuff that you just want to talk to someone about, I'm here for you. Like, and tomorrow I'm around if you just needed to, be heard or seen or felt in something, because I don't just want to like open it and then leave you guys. So do what you need to do to look after yourselves this evening. Rest, stretch, cry, whatever it may be, write things down. And yeah, let me know how you get on. Also, these are practices that you can do by yourself, you can do with friends. So like it can continue from here to be an exploration of yourself. So thank you as well for staying for the extra 15 minutes. And yeah, you guys can unmute yourself if you just want to say any last words.
Thank you so much, Georgie. This has been like an amazing experience. Honestly, I'm so glad I've showed up. Every single one of them. Yeah, really. And it's made me feel like I want to explore more now. Yeah, I really do.
I'm
so I'll look at the information that you've sent as well. So I'll probably be in touch.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Georgie. You're amazing.
You too. You guys are all amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I just wanted to say I hope our paths maybe cross again someday soon, because I really enjoyed sharing this space with you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Thank you guys so much. I really, really enjoyed it. Definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm very okay with that. That's why I'm here. Thank you, everyone, and Georgie.
Oh, and I'm going to send you guys a couple meditations that I've got that if you want to like continue with some guidance might help. So I'll email those all to you.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Georgie.
You're welcome. So sweet dreams.
Thank you so
Be
much.
well.
Thank you.
Bye,
Guys.
everyone.
Georgia.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.